Hi, I'm Ryan Pierson, director, producer, pretty much anything else involved with filmmaking. I just wanted to take a minute, tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit of my influences, and show you some of the work that I've done and what I'm currently working on now. I'll also sprinkle in a couple clips from films that I've done and maybe some behind-the-scenes insights as well. I grew up in Peoria, Illinois. Fell in love with movies at a very early age. Some of the ones that really stuck with me growing up were Three Amigos. Thanks, Dad. The Princess Bride, which is still my favorite movie of all time. And the Ernest films. Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Rides Again, Ernest Goes to School, Slam Dunk Ernest, Ernest in the Army, and Ernest Goes to Africa. And yes, I own all of those. All those films are still all my favorite films. And then, once I grew up, I started liking films like Shawshank Redemption and, important stuff like that. As my love of movies developed, it started turning not just into love of movies, but love of how those movies were made, and really interested in figuring out how they did certain things and watching all the behind-the-scenes stuff and really getting interested in that. So I started looking for local productions in Illinois and attached myself to a couple just as production assistant here and there, kind of doing what I can on set until the early 2000s when me and my wife moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and I met this guy named Jeremy K. Clayton, and he was a screenwriter, and I told him I'm looking for something to direct. He gave me 2 of his scripts and said, let's make one. So we settled on this feature-length farce comedy called At Best Derivative. Ridiculous title for a ridiculous movie, but it was a ton of fun. 2 hours long. We shot it. It took us a couple years to finally, pre-production to post-production. But we learned a ton on there. We had over 50 speaking roles, over 60 locations, and hundreds of extras, and made the entire thing for $1,800.
How is that?
I know who you really are. You're a liar, man.
I can't believe I just gave you my body and you're keeping secrets from me.
You're my body, too.
Edwin, seriously, have you seen your body?
After At Best Derivative, me and Jeremy produced a string of live events here in Arizona, such as LOL-AZ, which was a stand-up comedy competition, and the Standing Room Only Tour, which was like a dozen or so events all around Tempe, Mesa, Arizona. Each one featured 3 live local bands and 3 stand-up comedians. All of that kind of culminated with Will Rock for Food, which was a charity event that we did. Hugely successful, and we raised a ton of food and money for local charities here in Arizona. Once that got done, Jeremy and I decided, we kind of want to get back into the Arizona film community, because we had realized through At Best Derivative that Arizona has an amazing film community. Tons of active people, all willing to collaborate and work, and very excited about film. So we kind of wanted to give back a little bit and help the Arizona film community as much as we could. So we started a meetup group called Rebel Filmmaker AZ. It's been 3 years now. We have over 1,000 members, and it's really made up of actors, producers, directors, writers, anybody that's interested in making movie. So once we got Rebel going, we decided let's make a movie together. So Jeremy wrote a script called Of Blood and Gin. It's a suspense film set out in the desert, and we had a crew of like 40 or 50 people. Whereas at Best Derivative, we had 3, me, Jeremy, and our DP, Chuck Harding. Of Blood and Gin, everybody that was involved in Rebel that wanted to be in the film was involved with the film. And it was really, everybody could shadow who they wanted to shadow, check out different positions behind the camera, in front of the camera, get involved as grips, whatever they wanted to do, just be involved in film.
Are you done?
You still owe my family 18 grand. I've bailed you out of every problem you've ever had. This is how you repay that debt. This is how you wrap that friendship.
Get out of the car, King.
As Of Blood and Gin was filming, me and Jeremy realized that there wasn't really a whole lot of venues for Arizona independent filmmakers to screen their films. So we decided to start the Film Stock Film Festival. Started out as a monthly festival, just showing any films people would send us. We'd put them up on the screen. It was free for filmmakers to submit their films if they were an Arizona filmmaker. And it ran monthly like that for about 2 years. And now it is a yearly event, 2-day event, tons of films from films all over the world, filmmakers coming here to check out their films, and we're still focused on the Arizona filmmaker and getting exposure for Arizona film. Also during that time, I started making more films. I decided to try writing one myself, so I wrote, directed, produced, edited, and several other things, a short film called Apocalypse Salad. It's a ridiculous movie. It's so much fun, but for me it was more of a homage to all of my favorite films. All those films that I listed before, plus 20 other films, are all referenced somehow in Apocalypse Salad.
Sack of marbles.
If you watch the end credits of Apocalypse Salad, you'll see all the stuff that I reference. I'm not going to tell you how they're referenced. You got to figure that out for yourself. But they're in there somehow. Some are pretty obvious, like Ernest. One of the lines from Ernest Goes to Camp is,
"Hungry lion hunts best." Know what I mean?
and Three Amigos. One of the... There's a child in Three Amigos who says,
"Can I have your watch when you're dead?"
and stuff like that. So check out Apocalypse Salad. It's been playing all over the United States, coast to coast, California to Florida and everywhere in between. And it's gotten a great response. Very excited about it. Even though it's completely ridiculous, it's still a lot of fun. And it's one of those films that was fun for me to make. It was a blast on set. And it's a film that I can actually show to kids and grandparents and all ages in between who seem to enjoy the film. Currently, I'm in post-production on a short film called Within, which is a suspense film that involves the Russian mob, and it's technically the best film I've ever been a part of. Like, the camera work, the lighting, all of that stuff is just amazing. The actors are phenomenal. I can't wait to get this thing up on screen, and then people are going to go, this kid can make movies. Okay, so that hopefully will be in early 2013. Get Within out there, doing the festival circuit, putting it online, letting people check it out. Very excited about that. And also during all of the film stock stuff and the Rebel stuff, I keep my hand in the community and try to help produce and assistant direct and edit as many films as I possibly can. Short films, feature films, music videos, documentaries.
You're turning 41. You're not the only one.
Basically anything I can get my grubby little hands on, I'm in there helping to make. So also right now, I've still got a ton of irons in the fire for 2013. It's shaping up to look like an excellent year, even better than 2012 was, which was amazing. A couple documentaries coming my way, a couple more short films, and hopefully a feature thrown in there. So
We're almost done, okay?
hope to see you soon. As always, peace, love, and movies.